Small Business Development Minister Khumbudzo Ntshavheni will find out just how widespread the sale of counterfeit goods are in Johannesburg CBD. She's also expected to meet with representatives from the Hawkers Association. Now, this meeting comes after foreign nationals clashed with police last week during a clampdown on fake goods. Our reporter Kaya Kumalo is tracking that story. He joins us now live. And Kaya, no doubt the issue around fake goods and those protests in the CBD last week will be high up on the minister's agenda. But perhaps more importantly at this point, one could argue, the issue around small business and whether the minister is doing enough to support what could be one of the country's main jobs drivers.
Well, absolutely, Michelle. That's a very key question, really, to ask. And we know the role that small businesses are playing in terms of bolstering the economy. And we know that, there's evidence-based information that small businesses actually are just the engine of the economy. But perhaps, Michelle, to perhaps get more low down on that score, we're joined by the minister herself. So, Minister, the role of small businesses, is your department doing enough in giving them support?
I think we are improving on the support we're giving small businesses because there is an acceptance that small businesses are the drivers and the engine of the economy, and they create more jobs faster than large businesses. If you listen to the State of the Nation address, the President was very clear on the mandate to our department and the responsibilities we must do. But the challenge becomes if small businesses then get involved in illegal activities and also contribute to the undermining of the state. And that's the reason we're here today.
So, Minister, your fact-finding mission is just about to start. Let us go back to last week, the showdown we saw between the police and what is purportedly to be foreign national business owners. What is your role as the department in terms of the policy framework in making sure that you make the environment conducive for them, but also the regulations from your side?
I think our responsibility is to make sure not only to support, but the businesses that they conduct are legal. But also, it's not everybody who's allowed to conduct business in the country of South Africa. It's people who apply for permits and are licensed to do their businesses. Even, it doesn't matter whether you are a national or a foreign national. Even South Africans are required to apply for permits, and that's why there are bylaws. We have spoken during our budget speech that we want to make sure that there are generic bylaws that support the environment or the street environment for SMMEs and for informal traders to conduct their businesses. But also there are other things that we need to intervene on in terms of bulk buying and assist in various other things. But the challenge becomes if we are then faced with small traders who are trading in counterfeit goods, it undermines the economy, it defeats the purpose of creating jobs, it also creates an environment for other illegal activities, and that cannot be supported.
Minister, you mentioned a figure of about 350 million rand between December 2018 up until July. So that's the money the country or Johannesburg has lost, given the fact that it's the hub of all these goods. But in terms of making sure that we address the issues of our immigration laws, what would be your suggestion to your counterpart to make sure that we address some structural issues that we face as the country?
I think I would not want to preempt that. Reality is that the brand owners are saying they are losing 350 million rands. They have lost 350 million rands between December and July this year. And that is not even a year. 350 million rand is a lot of money for any economy. And that 350 million rand that is in the black market economy is not benefiting the country and any other citizen of this country and a resident in this country. And the issue for us is not about the immigration laws per se, is to say in other countries, in our continent, what are the regulations in terms of small businesses as it relates to foreign nationals? Are they all allowed to do it? If they're not, what are we copying? What are we learning? How do we improve vis-a-vis the accords we have signed and the human rights issues that are there? We will not allow ourselves to be a pariah in compared with other countries, but we will also equally not allow ourselves to be used. So we're going to have an engagement with our counterparts within the cabinet and say, in terms of where we are, this is what other countries are doing. Some have banned foreign nationals from doing businesses in their countries. Some have allowed certain categories of businesses by foreign nationals. But also the foreign nationals must be legal. within the country. So there's that role of the Department of Home Affairs to make sure that those who are legal are here, and our part is to make sure that we license together with our municipalities, we license the business owners who are legal to then be allowed to trade if their permits allows them to trade.
And just briefly, Minister, you used a very strong word where you said this actually amounts to terrorism.
We were referring to the attack on law enforcement agencies. If you remember, the Thursday operation was not only the operation of the JPMD, but it was also that of the South African Police Services. Anyone who attacks our South African police, irrespective of whether they are South African or they are foreign national, they are undermining, they are attacking the state, and an attack on the state is classified as terrorism, and it cannot be allowed, and we will not allow it.
All right, Minister, thank you so much indeed for your time. So there's quite a plethora of issues to really explore into this particular department. So in a matter of time, we'll be just embarking on this expedition, just looking at the very extent of the problem in the Johannesburg CBD, the counterfeit goods, the pirated goods. So the Minister will also be part of that. So back to you, Michelle.
All right, well, thanks very much for that. Kailihle Khumalo, our reporter there on the ground in conversation with Small Business Development Minister Khumbudzo Ntshavheni.